Well, g'day, and this is another thought for the day from Tuesday Chapel. In fact, the first for 2026, and there's no question one of the greatest disciplines that is so important for us to commit to this year is the discipline of prayer. Peter says these words in 1 Peter 4 and 7. He says, "The end of all things is near, therefore be clear-minded and self-controlled so that you can pray." And this short verse on prayer is found in the context of a much larger dialogue, contrasting living according to the flesh, as he says it, satisfying evil human desires, or on the other hand, living to fulfill the will of God. Peter has just given this particular instruction in verse 3. He says, "For you've spent enough time in the past doing what pagans choose to do, living in debauchery, lust, drunkenness, orgies, carousing, and detestable idolatry." And here's the point that Peter is actually making in verse 7. He says, let go of the past, die to your sinful desires, be self-controlled, be clear-minded, so that you can pray. And there's no question, one of the biggest roadblocks to prayer, one of the biggest roadblocks to effective praying is a distracted mind and compromised behavior. You know, the biggest enemy of my prayer life is actually me. The devil loves it when I don't pray, but I can't blame him for when I don't. And Peter is challenging us. He's saying being clear-minded and self-controlled is actually your responsibility. It's my responsibility. And he's not just talking about the big, obvious sin stuff. It can be just the simple stuff, the things we fail to do. Or for me, being totally honest, it can be a distracted mind filled with all the things that need to be done. Or a nature, a doing nature that just wants to get in and get things done. And if I'm not careful, when I do that, it can shift from me being God-dependent to being totally self-reliant. So they're the areas that I need to be observant about and to be careful about, being critically aware of. Those things can be my roadblocks to prayer. Really important that we all identify our own roadblocks. And I pray that in 2026, for me, I can be a much more focused, intentional prayer, that I would be found in prayer more than ever. And I pray that would be the same for you too.